Welcome back to the Ellen Show. Our next guest is Orhan Pamuk, who is here to talk about his upcoming novel and movie premiere, Snow. Let's welcome Orhan.
Yay!
Thank
Yay,
you.
Orhan! I love you! Yay!
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yep, thanks for coming. Let's first talk about the background behind your book. It takes place around where you grew up. Can you describe your hometown?
I can. So I grew up in Istanbul. It's very similar to the city featured in this novel. It's kind of a fair representation of most Middle Eastern cities, wrapped up in turmoil and a little bit stuck in time just because of so much cultural conflict keeping them from progressing.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your family?
I can. My youngest daughter, I named her after a character in my book, or my novel, The Black Book. Her name is Ruya, and she's my only daughter. My wife and I divorced, but we remain best friends.
Okay. You've written many novels in the past. What makes this one unique?
Out of all the novels I've done, I normally focus kind of on things that reflect things of me in my life. They're almost like little autobiographies. Even though they're novels, there's lots focused on things that have happened to me. This book, Snow, is the only one I've done that really has some sort of political message behind it. It's very focused on a driving, bizarre sort of political message that's supposed to shake the modern world.
All right. Would you be willing to read us a passage to show the audience what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
absolutely. So I'm going to read from my book. It's starting on page 324 for those of you who happen to have it. And it is a Islamic terrorist who is talking, and he has been, basically he's been in a city that's been taken over by a revolution, and this is just a little statement that he's trying to make. And he says, "You can't make me drink wine." He raised his voice too. "I refuse to be European, and I won't ape to their ways. I'm going to live out my own history and be no one but myself. I, for one, believe it's possible to be happy without becoming a mock European, without becoming their slave. There's a word, Europhiles, that's commonly used when they denigrate our people. To be a true Westerner, a person must first be an individual. And they go on to say that in Turkey there are no individuals. Well, that's how I see my execution. I'm standing up against the Westerners as an individual. It's because I am an individual that I refuse to imitate them." And then another character says to him, "Sune believes so deeply in this play that I can even do this for you. The National Theater will be empty. The live TV camera will show Khadif's hand pulling off the scarf first. Then we can do some tricky editing, and the hair will really be someone else's. I find it rather suspicious that you are prepared to go through such contortions to save me."
Sounds very interesting.
Thank you.
This novel is also being made into a movie, correct?
It is.
All right. How will the book be relayed onto the big screen?
Well, I really wanted to focus on some of the key elements. The tension of culture is obviously it's the big key element that you can't do a movie about snow without doing that. The other thing is there's kind of a tricky narration that goes on. It's being narrated by a friend of the main character that's never really revealed, and it kind of switches halfway through who's talking, and it's a very different way of telling a story, and I wanted to somehow incorporate that into a movie. We're trying to work that in as a main feature of this movie.
Well, thank you, Orhan, for coming today. We really appreciate it. As for the audience,
Yay!
you guys are all walking out of here with a new copy of Snow.
Yay! I love
stores
you,
soon.
Orhan!
For more information and for the video trailer, go to the Facebook page and like Snow at www.facebook.com/snowop. And up next, First Lady Michelle Obama will be here talking about her new program helping out moms of the military.
Yay!